Good evening, everyone, and Jose. And today is Tuesday, the 30th of September, 2025. It is 6:02 p.m., and I have just started our 5:30 class recording for the Tuesday and Thursday group. This week and the next, we'll have the recordings a bit shorter than usual because we are running private corrections so that we don't mix content. So I don't want to mix the conclusion content with the body content that we worked last week. First of all, let's go over our update as we always do for class one. So we are starting week 10. And last week, classes were basically to work on the body paragraphs for all 8 groups. And we did mandatory asynchronous work on that Thursday so that the students could share the documents with me and I could correct it for them. What is happening is that the students keep forgetting to share the document with me. So if you watched that recording and you did work on your document, make sure you share the document with me every time I ask you to do it. All right? Um, then this is the update, writing body paragraphs. It says without conclusions and working asynchronously on Thursday and sharing the documents with the teacher after you finished your recording watching. Then the plans for today, sorry, I added 2 more essay prompts in here for the students that may be interested in doing more practices. And of course, sharing the document with me so that I can correct. So you have 2 more different topics, prompts here. What brings us to today? This week is September 29th to October the 3rd, right? And we have corrected our homework. It is not the case, but some students need to do 1 more body paragraph practice. And I will offer the students the super challenge to be done in class, and we are gonna work on the conclusion features for the TOEIC exam. So to go over the super challenge, so I have already checked and we didn't do it with Jose. And the super challenge is brainstorming and outlining about a very controversial prompt in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Why? First, you are never going to have such a controversial topic in the TOEIC exam, but you need to have your ideas clear and objectively expressed so that you don't lose time wondering about what to write. This is the aim of this activity. If you can brainstorm about a very controversial topic in 1 minute and 30 seconds, you should be able to easily brainstorm for the very easy topics on TOEIC, because at the end you're gonna write about work, vacation, living near work or far, having privileges if you're a boss or not, having better benefits, whatever. So everybody can talk about that because this is part of your daily life in Spanish, right? So it shouldn't be very difficult to go for a straightforward opinion when writing those essays. All right, Jose?
Uh, correct me if I'm wrong, Lucy, but maybe didn't we do it with Mario about the penalty or if life sentence would be appropriate for serial killers?
Uh-huh. It is possible,
I don't know why, but it came to my mind.
but you can do the next one if you want, because it's
Oh,
only going to
no
take one
problem.
minute and a half.
No
And then
problem.
maybe if the students are watching and they didn't do it, they can take advantage of this situation.
Okay.
All right. So, students, you are supposed to brainstorm and outline on your documents, of course, in 1 minute and a half about Super Challenge C. Jose, some companies in Western countries ask their female Muslim employees not to wear a hijab at work. Do you agree or disagree with this policy? Support your opinion of reasons and examples and give me 3 key points to be extended in the essay. Your time starts now. Do you have it, Jose?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, do you agree or disagree?
I do not agree. Uh, I don't agree with the policy.
Okay. And what would be your main arguments to disagree with the policy?
The first one should be the respect to other cultures and religions.
Okay. Second,
Possible lawsuits due to discrimination.
possible discrimination, discrimination, and
It can affect the working atmosphere and culture.
work atmosphere and culture, possible alteration. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I have a question for you. Why are you telling me possible discrimination and possible alteration?
Uh, the basically because they both of them they are really well. The second one is more possible depending on how passionate and how does the person feels about their religion and culture, how she defends it, and also basically because there is no guarantee for that. Because maybe if you have a workforce that doesn't mind anything about it, they just go there, they work, they share their meal, they are happy with it. It's not going to happen anything because they are not going to care much. But if they have some feelings about it, it is more than possible that they're going to start to complain and the productivity will fall.
Okay. Then again, again, is the discrimination something possible to happen or likely to happen?
Uh, The discrimination is the policy stand is 100% going to happen.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Ah,
So
not.
if
I
you
watched
if
the
you
session of the lawsuit.
if you write and you say saying that discriminatory policies can possibly discriminate, are you being assertive and objective, or are you being doubtful?
Uh, that in that full.
Okay, so remember that we don't want maybes and we don't want perhaps in our essays. So you can forget about possible discrimination and possible alteration, because this is going to take strength away from your arguments.
Okay.
Even if the students, because I know this is common in the Spanish writers, they could feel discriminated. No, they will feel discriminated because it's their religion. And as I would feel discriminated if someone obliged me to wear a hijab, they will feel discriminated if they are forced not to wear their hijab. So this is something, as you said, 100% sure to happen. And then in our essays, we are not gonna say could, might, may. We are gonna say yes, they will. All right?
Yeah, I should have maybe for the next time. If I want to maybe something that is possible, they directly put it on the paragraph and not mention like in the key point. For
Mm,
example, the if the employee want to file a lawsuit,
mm-hmm.
uh, I put it directly in the body, not on the introductions.
That's it. Because you are
Okay,
not
okay,
supposed to explain anything in the introduction. Well, yeah, well said.
okay.
Okay. All right. So the activity was for you to go straight to the point. And in your case, I am happy that you used the possible words in both cases, because this would cause losing or weakening your key points. Allow me just one moment, Jose, please. Thank you, Jose. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'm glad that happened. And then we can make sure that we don't need those words in our introductions and or the essays. Obviously, discrimination could lead to lawsuits. Then, of course, you can use that word over there. All right. I think we are all set with the challenge, and we can proceed to the conclusion content. Any questions?
Yep.
Mhm. Right. So on the outline, we can click on conclusion, and we are going to read what we are looking for our TOEIC essays. Can you please read the first block for us?
Uh, okay. Wait. I read the sentence that is underlined or the whole or the part
No,
below.
yeah, the whole block.
Okay. Draw a logical arrow through the body paragraphs and point it at your opinion. The conclusion is a place to remind the reader of your evidence and make your point. The conclusion is the last part of an opinion essay. It comes after the two other important parts of an opinion, the introduction and the reasons. A conclusion should restate and synthesize your opinion, mentioning the key points previously extended. That is the most important part of a concluding statement in an opinion essay.
Okay. And I am going to add, sorry, the last, because this is the last class on day one. I will add the last comment here because I am saying it, but I didn't write until now. The most important feature of a conclusion is that a conclusion is an inverted introduction. When you start your introduction, what do? You state what you're going to talk about. That is your hook, right? Followed by the key points that will be extended over or throughout the text. And you have to briefly say or state your opinion in the last part of the introduction, being the thesis statement. If you notice, all those ingredients are mentioned in these two sentences. They are only in a different order because if you have exposed your key points, trying to convince your reader, what is the logical thing to start your conclusion? The conclusion itself, the conclusion reasoning and justification, followed by the reasons and reinforcing whatever you decided to go for, right? So have a picture of the conclusion as being an inverted introduction. Do I make myself clear?
Yes,
Yes? Okay. All right. Can you read the second block for us?
absolutely. Some writers also summarize their reasons in their conclusions or leave the reader with a fun question or something to think about. Other, others remain academic. It's up to you. In a general way, to write out the conclusion, make sure you first restate your topic and why it is important. Second, restate your thesis claim with specific statements and strong concluding phrases. You can use double comparisons, for instance. They are of a great level and strong enough. Note that restraining, you note that for restraining, you need a wide range.
Restating.
Restating, you need a wide range of vocabulary. If you need additional training on it, you can work on word formation. Important cell work for conclusions. Word formation, provided that you can use word formation to vary change the vocabulary used in the intro and through the essay, so you can re-mention such words in your conclusion.
All right. And if the students need some practice, here you have some activities to do it. You will notice that these exercises or explanations are about gerund and infinitives. They are not well, they are not precisely word formation, but gerunds can be an option to change whatever you mentioned in the introduction as nouns and using it in the conclusion as gerund, not only as verbs but also as nouns. So that's why I made sure to include the gerund and infinitive here so that the students can remember how the gerunds can work as as nouns and maybe vary the grammar category of the words in the intro and conclusion. Okay? Basically, this summarize it is saying everything again in a different way, right? Can you read
Yep.
the third block, please?
Okay. Explain why readers should align with your position. call for action, or overview of future research possibilities. In this case, you can use an if only sentence that we clearly call for action and show a great grammar level at the time.
And if only practices. For the students that are not familiarized with if only is more or less what you would say ojalá in Spanish. So let's think about the hijab policy in that company. So if only all companies respected individual choices, all companies would have a healthier and more respectful work atmosphere. Not only because the women or the female employees would feel respected, comma, valued, and working more productively, blah, 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 blah. And then I cannot finish right now. I just got like stuck there. But it is like not only a claim for action, but it's also expressing your desire as a reflection of your opinion. It is just a suggestion. You are not obliged to use the if onlys if you don't want, guys. Questions, Jose?
None.
Okay. And then all this summarizes the paragraph ingredients in 3 parts. What are they, Jose?
You need to synthesize your essay, align the people with your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
and oh,
And mentioning the 3 key
ah,
points.
yeah, mention the key points too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the ingredients in simple or short sentences would be that we need to summarize the big result being the conclusion of whatever you mentioned before by the restatement of your thesis statement and the restatement of your supporting points, meaning the key points explained in the body paragraphs. And then I have added here some conclusion starters of all levels. And I also added it becomes crystal clear because everything more or less can be said like the balance of evidence finds obliging hijab wearing uh, okay, finds the policy to be crystal clear discriminatory, for example. After all the aforementioned, it becomes crystal clear that such a policy, blah, blah. Yeah, and so on. Okay, then if you are ready, you can do your conclusion practice. Now, if you don't have any questions, you can read this essay and write a proper conclusion for it in here. And for that, you will have 5 minutes. And people watching, the same.
Uh, where do I can get the essay? I not
You,
find it.
you can click on conclusion practice for all on the outline.
I
Uh,
uh,
click.
wait, da, 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 da. Wait, one moment. Common doc, right? I I opened the ground document. Sorry.
It's all right.
Uh, of that. Okay, I'm here.
All right. And your time starts now. I'm sorry, I was mute. I don't know if you could read if you could read my lips or not, but I said that to keep this, because confusion is not countable. I tried just to check it out, but um, the misunderstandings can be countable, but not the confusion. And I wanted to I want to keep whatever you wrote. That's why we added the preposition in here. And I was asking if do you think es nuevos productos a las personas y economy if las personas continúan comprando?
Ah, oh my God.
Okay, so I understand that you think that las personas, but when you write it, you don't need the article there. It's not gonna
Okay.
add any value to your writing. Write the opposite. Okay. This customer here is a specific customer. So the customer that receives and the customer that is the audience of those ads. But these people are not specific people. They are people in general. So you don't need the article. All right?
Yep.
Okay. Very well done. Um, Now it is time for you to write an introduction to a text that you wrote. Okay? You can choose any text on your document. You are going to have 5 minutes to do it. And depending on the correction, you will be dismissed. All right?
Okay.
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 So I will give you 5 minutes only because if you wrote the text, you will remind it almost instantly. And it shouldn't take you very long to restate everything, wrap it up, and conclude the essay.
But
As 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 the texts have been corrected, you don't need to revise grammar, mistypings. This will be done next week.
yeah,
You
but
have a
do I
question?
need to write I need to write an introduction or a conclusion?
The
Because
conclusion.
uh, I don't know why,
You
but I heard introduction.
ah,
So
I don't know. Maybe I don't remember. I meant to say the conclusion. Now we are only gonna know that if we watch the recording. If I did, I'm sorry. All right. So Jose, you can write any conclusion. You can write a conclusion for any essay that you wrote before, and your time starts now. Same for people watching. Okay, students watching. Thanks, Jose. I'm going to correct now. Students watching, this is the time for you to share your document with me if you want me to correct anything for you. Then, this is the last one that you wrote and that we corrected
Yep.
today. To conclude, working outside the office brings more advantages to the organization than disadvantages. It reduces the cost of the infrastructure, comma, and it helps to hire new employees to be the future of the organization. This perk will keep them happier and make them more efficient in their labor. Very good.
I've got a question, Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Could I change the comma and the and for a while?
For a while.
Yeah, it reduces the cost of the infrastructure while it helps to
Ah,
hire new employees to be the future of the organization.
whereas, not while.
Ah, okay, okay. Okay.
Whereas is better. Okay. And I think that's it. Great. Did you have only two key points?
No, I have three, but I wrote two of them together on the same sentence. The reduce of cost and the help to hire new people.
Okay, yeah, okay. Make them happier. I understand. Okay, good. All right. That was my question for you. I think that you are more than ready to write the whole essay in 30 minutes. And the rules for next week classes are well, let's explain first the plan for classes 2. Classes 2 being Wednesday and Thursday will be for us one, maybe correct conclusions that the student have written today, for example, or yesterday. This will take about 15-20 minutes of the class time. And then we are going to have a relaxed speaking class, sweet and sour, maybe watch funny videos, maybe watch a TED, or whatever. But we are going to work on speaking, okay? Not directly related to TOEIC, but I will maybe manage to include TOEIC features in those speaking classes for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Then on class 1, on week 11, we are going to write the whole essay in class. So students, if you want to be assessed and you want a correction to be done, make sure that you either come to class and perform the essay writing according to TOEIC rules. That means cameras on, micros on, no phones, no interferences, being hydrated, having gone to the bathroom just before the class, so we don't have any interruptions. That include, it's not your case, but that includes maybe closing the window so the bees don't go and don't bother you while you're writing, or the dog or the cat or whatever. So then we have our roles interchanged. I will be observing you with several documents open. David, Jose, Maria, whoever. I will have several documents open at the same time, and I will be invigilating you as a proctor will do. So the proctor invigilates you through one camera and two cameras, and you cannot see the proctor, you cannot hear the proctor, but the proctor must hear and watch you at all times. So this is a kind of mock exam for the essay only, lasting the 30 minutes. I insist, no mobiles, no Googling, no dictionary, no artificial intelligences, no ChatGPT. They are not welcome. Okay? And that's basically it. So I wish you can come to class 2 on Thursday. Maybe we can have some fun together, talk about this and that. and relax and prepare for the whole essay writing next week. Okay, Jose?
Perfect.
All right. So if you don't have any questions, that's all for today.
Okay, no question.
All right. You have a wonderful night. See you Thursday.
Okay, Lucy, good night.
Good night. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.